Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for checking out my list of Star Trek facts for Star Trek Next Generation Episode 2. Hopefully I can make it through every episode and discover a bunch of facts that nobody knew and enlighten the world with them. So starting off, this is the episode 2, Star Trek Next Generation. My first fact is that at the start of the episode, some of the crew of the Enterprise fly over to the other ship where there's been a series of disasters, and on that ship they find that some of the people are covered in ice or just generally frozen. Now, what looks like frozen ice particles all over the actors is actually coal fragments that they found, because it was the only thing that they can find was small enough to cover people with. It was coal fragments that were individually painted white, which took quite some time, but they did it in the end, and I must say it looks very much like some very good ice covering the people. My second fact, Marina Sirtis, the popular actress, was actually nominated for a special award for her excellent acting. Now, that relates to some of the excellent emoting that she does during these early episodes. She really does convey emotions so very realistically, so kudos to Marina Sirtis. Well done to you. Now, Lieutenant Worf utters his very first words in Star Trek Next Generation during episode 2. His words, "I'll get you for this," are first uttered in this episode, and are actually words that he would go on to use in every single episode from this point. So listen out for Worf saying that, those exact words. Now, when Geordi is in sickbay covered in sweat, the prosthetic sweat that they use isn't actually water. It's vinegar from a pickle jar, as Gene Roddenberry was supposed to bring in water to the studio for them to use during the episode, but he forgot. So they actually used some vinegar from a pickle jar, which would go on to cause irritation to his face and skin, making Geordi's acting irritated seem all that much more real, if you ask me. Now, during the episode, Wesley invents a small tractor beam for a science project, an invention which would be rolled out after this and used for all starships in the Federation. As you've probably seen, having watched many episodes of Star Trek, the tractor beam would go on to be a common part of a ship. Now, LeVar Burton's monologue that he wants to be a person with normal eyesight was so long and took more than 70 takes during the episode without a break, that unfortunately the actor wet himself during the scene, making quite the mess on the floor in the ready room, I think it was. And it was a sight to behold. Obviously you don't see that during the episode, but that's what happened. Maybe they shouldn't take 70 takes to make a scene. Now, in the first version of the episode, Tasha Yar, when she was intoxicated, not only would she dress in a funny way and have that curious smile on her face, she'd actually have her bottom out. That was one of the first ideas that they had to show that she was intoxicated. But in the final episode, they decided that her having her bum out for most of the episode was a bad move and would bring down the class of Star Trek. So unfortunately, that's why we don't have scenes in the episode showing Tasha Yar with her bum out. Now, when Wesley Crusher makes himself the acting captain of the ship, and he announces to all the crew that the meals from now on have to include a dessert, all of the people around him cheer as if that's a good thing. Now, he inadvertently here shows us that the ship's normal meals, therefore, don't include desserts. I thought people could just order whatever they wanted or get desserts from the replicators, but it seems that they're not allowed, because when he announces it, everybody cheers happily. So normal starship meals are boring one-course meals without a dessert. Now, at one point, towards the end of the episode, Deanna Troi calls Riker Bill, showing how much she really wishes he was more like Captain Kirk. That's just an assumption, but I'm pretty sure that that's why she calls him Bill instead of Will. Now, I'm quite aware that Bill is short for William, as is Will, but it's the only time that she does call him Bill. And she's got that look in her eyes which says to me, I wish you were Captain Kirk. Now, not many people picked up on this, but Captain Picard actually has a pet alligator, which he first mentions in this episode. Although never physically seen, the alligator is mentioned around 4 times in total during the 7 seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation. Now, despite the precedents used in Star Trek of the 2020s, this episode of Star Trek Next Generation includes no gore, swearing or bad writing. It's just a normal episode of Star Trek Next Generation from Series 1, one of the first episodes made. Okay, thanks for listening to my facts. Have a great week, and hopefully I can cobble together some more truths for episode 3 soon. All the best, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you can be bothered. Bye!